Welcome to the Nutrition for the Elderly channel. Join us in taking better care of health every day. Here are some types of fruit that should not be stored in the refrigerator because the low temperature can alter their texture, lose their flavor, or cause them to spoil quickly. The refrigerator is not an ideal place for all types of fruits, especially tropical fruits or those with high water content. When stored in a cold environment, these fruits may become mushy, lose their freshness, and lose nutrients. Storing fruits at room temperature in a cool, dry place will help preserve their natural flavor and extend their shelf life. Let's explore which fruits should be stored this way for proper preservation. Bananas should not be stored in the refrigerator because cold temperatures can negatively affect their texture, flavor, and appearance. One of the most noticeable effects of refrigeration on bananas is that their peel darkens much faster than at room temperature. The cold environment causes the cell walls in the banana peel to break down, leading to a rapid blackening process. While the inside of the banana may still be edible, the unappealing appearance often makes people think it has gone bad. In addition to the changes in appearance, refrigeration also alters the flavor of bananas. Bananas are tropical fruits that do not respond well to cold storage. The low temperature slows down the ripening process, which can affect the natural sweetness and overall taste of the fruit. Instead of ripening evenly, bananas stored in the refrigerator may develop a dull or slightly bitter taste. Moreover, bananas need to continue releasing ethylene gas as they ripen, which is essential for the natural softening and sweetening of the fruit. When placed in the fridge, this process is disrupted, leading to uneven ripening. Some parts of the banana may remain firm while others become overly mushy. This makes the fruit less enjoyable to eat. To keep bananas fresh and flavorful, it is best to store them at room temperature in a dry, well-ventilated area. If you want to slow down the ripening process without refrigeration, you can separate the bananas from the bunch or wrap the stems with plastic wrap to reduce the release of ethylene gas. Once bananas reach your desired ripeness, they can be peeled and frozen for smoothies or baking, preserving their taste and texture better than refrigeration. By storing bananas properly, you can enjoy their natural sweetness and avoid premature spoilage caused by improper storage conditions. Mangoes. Mangoes should not be stored in the refrigerator because cold temperatures can reduce their sweetness and aroma. As a tropical fruit, mangoes thrive in warm environments and do not respond well to cold storage. When placed in the refrigerator, the ripening process slows down significantly, preventing the fruit from developing its full natural flavor. Instead of becoming sweeter and more fragrant, refrigerated mangoes may taste bland and lose their signature tropical scent. The cold temperature also affects the texture of mangoes. Storing them in the refrigerator can cause the flesh to become slightly rubbery or grainy rather than smooth and juicy. This happens because the cold environment damages the fruit's cell structure, leading to an undesirable consistency. Instead of enjoying a soft, luscious bite, you may find that the mango has lost its characteristic creamy texture. Additionally, refrigeration can cause uneven ripening. If a mango is not fully ripe before being placed in the fridge, it may never ripen properly. Some parts may remain firm while others become too soft. This results in a less enjoyable eating experience and can even make the fruit seem spoiled before it should be. To preserve the best taste and texture, mangoes should be kept at room temperature until they fully ripen. Once ripe, they can be consumed immediately or stored in the refrigerator for a short time if necessary. However, if you need to store them longer, consider peeling, slicing, and freezing them for later use in smoothies or desserts. By storing mangoes correctly, you can enjoy their rich sweetness, tropical aroma, and juicy texture without compromising their quality. Papayas should not be stored in the refrigerator because cold temperatures can make them overly soft and cause them to lose essential nutrients. As a tropical fruit, papayas thrive in warm environments and do not adapt well to refrigeration. When exposed to low temperatures, their flesh tends to break down quickly, becoming mushy and less enjoyable to eat. Instead of having a smooth and creamy texture, refrigerated papayas often develop an unappetizing, watery consistency. In addition to changes in texture, refrigeration also affects the nutritional quality of papayas. Cold temperatures can reduce the levels of important vitamins and antioxidants such as vitamin C and beta-carotene, which are essential for immune health and skin protection. These nutrients degrade faster in cold storage, making refrigerated papayas less beneficial compared to those stored at room temperature. Since papayas are often consumed for their rich nutrient content, improper storage can diminish their health benefits. Another issue with refrigerating papayas is that it disrupts their natural ripening process. If an unripe papaya is placed in the refrigerator, it may not ripen properly, leading to an uneven texture and flavor. Some parts may remain firm and underdeveloped, while others become overly soft. This makes the fruit less palatable and prevents it from reaching its peak sweetness. To maintain the best quality, papayas should be stored at room temperature until they are fully ripe. Once they reach the desired ripeness, they should be consumed promptly to enjoy their full flavor and nutritional benefits. If necessary, ripe papayas can be stored in the refrigerator for a short time, but it is best to eat them fresh. Alternatively, they can be sliced and frozen for smoothies or desserts to preserve their nutrients. By storing papayas correctly, you can enjoy their natural sweetness, smooth texture, and rich nutritional benefits without compromising their quality. Pineapples should not be stored in the refrigerator because cold temperatures can cause them to become fibrous and lose their delicious flavor. As a tropical fruit, pineapples are naturally suited to warm climates and do not respond well to prolonged exposure to cold. When placed in the refrigerator, their texture changes, becoming tougher and more stringy, which makes them less enjoyable to eat. Instead of the juicy and tender consistency that fresh pineapples are known for, refrigerated pineapples may feel dry and overly fibrous. In addition to the texture changes, refrigeration also dulls the natural sweetness and tangy flavor of pineapples. The cold slows down the ripening process, preventing the fruit from fully developing its rich taste. As a result, pineapples stored in the refrigerator may taste bland or less vibrant compared to those kept at room temperature. The loss of flavor can make a significant difference, especially for those who enjoy the natural balance of sweetness and acidity in fresh pineapples. Another issue with refrigerating pineapples is that they do not continue to ripen once harvested. Unlike some other fruits, pineapples do not get sweeter over time. Keeping them in the refrigerator only slows the natural softening process without enhancing their taste. If a pineapple is placed in the fridge before it is fully ripe, it may remain hard and underwhelming in flavor, making it less enjoyable to consume. To maintain the best quality, pineapples should be stored at room temperature and eaten while they are fresh. If you need to store them for a longer period, consider cutting them into slices and keeping them in an airtight container in the fridge for a short time. Alternatively, freezing pineapple chunks is a great way to preserve their taste and texture for smoothies or desserts. By storing pineapples correctly, you can enjoy their juicy, sweet flavor and avoid the unpleasant texture changes caused by refrigeration. Tomatoes should not be stored in the refrigerator because cold temperatures can negatively affect their texture and flavor. While refrigeration may seem like a good way to preserve freshness, it actually causes tomatoes to lose their natural crispness, making them mealy and less enjoyable to eat. Instead of maintaining their firm and juicy consistency, refrigerated tomatoes often develop a grainy or mushy texture, which significantly reduces their appeal. One of the main reasons for this change is that tomatoes are sensitive to cold. When exposed to low temperatures, the cell structure of the tomato breaks down, leading to a soft and unappetizing consistency. This process is irreversible, meaning that once a tomato becomes mealy, it cannot regain its original texture. Fresh, ripe tomatoes are meant to be enjoyed for their slightly firm yet juicy bite, which is lost when they are stored in a cold environment. In addition to texture changes, refrigeration also affects the flavor of tomatoes. Tomatoes contain compounds responsible for their sweet and slightly tangy taste. When stored in the refrigerator, these compounds break down, leading to a dull and less flavorful experience. Instead of the rich and vibrant taste of a freshly ripened tomato, you may find that refrigerated tomatoes taste bland or watery. The loss of natural aroma and flavor makes them less appealing for salads, sandwiches, and other dishes where their fresh taste is essential. To keep tomatoes at their best, they should be stored at room temperature in a dry, well-ventilated area. Keeping them out of direct sunlight helps prevent over-ripening while still allowing them to maintain their natural flavor and texture. If you need to store tomatoes for a longer period, consider using preservation methods such as making sauces or purees. By avoiding refrigeration, you can enjoy the crisp texture, juicy bite, and full flavor of fresh tomatoes, making your meals more delicious and satisfying. Avocados should not be stored in the refrigerator until they are fully ripe, as cold temperatures can slow down the ripening process and prevent them from ripening properly. Unlike many other fruits, avocados continue to ripen after they are harvested, and storing them in the fridge before they are ripe can disrupt this natural process. The cold temperature in the refrigerator halts the enzymes responsible for ripening, leaving the avocado firm and underdeveloped, even if it seems ready for consumption. As a result, the texture and flavor of the avocado will not reach their peak, making it less enjoyable to eat. If you have an unripe avocado, it is best to store it at room temperature in a dry, well-ventilated area. This will allow it to ripen naturally, becoming soft and creamy. You can speed up the ripening process by placing the avocado in a paper bag with an apple or banana, as these fruits release ethylene gas, which helps promote ripening. Once the avocado has reached the desired level of ripeness, it can be placed in the refrigerator to slow down the ripening process and extend its shelf life. This is particularly useful if you have a ripe avocado that you cannot consume immediately. However, placing an unripe avocado in the fridge will only result in a hard, unripe fruit that lacks the smooth texture and rich flavor that is characteristic of a perfectly ripened avocado. By understanding the best way to store avocados, you can enjoy their creamy texture and buttery flavor at the optimal stage of ripeness. Avoiding refrigeration until the avocado is ripe ensures that it maintains its quality and freshness. Pumpkins. Pumpkins should be stored in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated area instead of being kept in the refrigerator. While refrigeration may seem like a good idea for prolonging freshness, it can actually harm the quality of pumpkins. Cold temperatures in the fridge can cause the texture of the pumpkin to deteriorate, making the flesh softer and more susceptible to mold. Additionally, refrigeration can alter the natural sweetness and flavor of the pumpkin, which is best preserved when stored at room temperature. A pumpkin's thick skin helps protect the flesh, allowing it to stay fresh for longer when stored in dry, cool conditions. A pantry, cellar, or any place with good airflow works well for pumpkin storage. The temperature should be around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 13 degrees Celsius, as this range helps prevent premature ripening while still maintaining the pumpkin's natural texture and flavor. It is also important to store pumpkins off the ground, as direct contact with the floor can cause the fruit to rot more quickly. While whole pumpkins can last for several weeks when stored properly, once they are cut open, the situation changes. Cut pumpkins should be placed in the refrigerator, as the exposed flesh can spoil quickly at room temperature. In such cases, it is best to wrap the cut pieces in plastic wrap or place them in an airtight container to maintain their freshness. To keep pumpkins at their best for as long as possible, avoid refrigerating whole pumpkins and instead focus on providing a dry, cool, and ventilated environment. This will help preserve their texture, flavor, and overall quality. Melons, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. Melons, such as watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew, should not be stored whole in the refrigerator, as it can negatively impact their flavor and nutritional content. When kept in the fridge, the cold temperature can reduce the sweetness and alter the texture of the fruit. Additionally, refrigeration can diminish the levels of antioxidants and essential vitamins such as vitamin C and beta-carotene, which are vital for boosting the immune system and promoting overall health. The cold temperature disrupts the natural enzymes in melons, causing them to lose some of their vibrant taste and nutritional benefits. Whole melons are best stored at room temperature in a cool, dry place to allow them to ripen fully. The warm environment helps them retain their natural sweetness, ensuring they reach their optimal flavor. Once a melon is ripe and ready to eat, it can be cut and then placed in the refrigerator. Chilled melon slices or chunks will remain fresh for a few days, allowing you to enjoy them while preserving their taste and texture. Refrigerating melon after it has been cut is essential, as it helps prevent spoilage and keeps the fruit fresh for a longer period. It's important to store the cut pieces in an airtight container or wrap them in plastic to maintain their freshness. However, be mindful not to store them too long, as even refrigerated melon has a limited shelf life once cut. By following these storage guidelines, you can enjoy melons at their peak of flavor and nutrition without sacrificing quality. We've just explored which fruits and vegetables should not be stored in the refrigerator to maintain their best quality and flavor. Proper storage is essential not only for preserving freshness, but also for retaining key nutrients. By following these tips, you can make sure your produce stays vibrant and full of flavor for longer. If you found this video helpful and informative, don't forget to subscribe to the Nutrition for the Elderly channel for more valuable content on nutrition and health for older adults. We're committed to providing tips and insights that can help improve the well-being of seniors. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay healthy and take care.